Hey guys, welcome to today's premium daily newsletter for February 20th. So today's big story is around SegWit. Bitfinex has added SegWit support, and likewise Coinbase has announced a rollout for next week. So what does this mean for these exchanges and Bitcoin itself? The most noticeable change is a reduction in fees and processing times. While Bitcoin fees and transaction times have largely come down from the egregious amounts that they were at the start of this year, a further reduction is necessary if Bitcoin is ever going to be seen as viable. So what is SegWit, or Segregated Witness? SegWit was introduced in August of 2017 through the BIP 141, or Bitcoin Improvement Proposal, and was meant to bring efficiency changes to the Bitcoin network as a whole. That said, implementation of an improvement on a decentralized network is not easy and takes a long time to adopt. As it stands, the current adoption percentage is somewhere around 14%. To implement changes on the Bitcoin network, it requires consensus, similar to a democracy. And naturally, there are disagreements with regard to the best solutions. For example, Bitcoin Cash was created, or forked, off the main Bitcoin chain because they felt increasing the block size was a better solution. Time will tell if they're correct, but we think it's a great thing that cryptocurrency is open and free, and if you don't agree with something, you can go build a different solution. That's how progress works. In addition to the two biggest exchanges implementing SegWit, the Bitcoin Core wallet will update to version 0.16.0 in the coming days, which will also implement SegWit, helping to up the adoption percentage substantially. One of the most important aspects of SegWit implementation is that it's necessary for the Lightning Network, a true fix for transaction costs and speeds. So essentially, SegWit lays the foundation for future Bitcoin development efforts, whereas the implementation of the Lightning Network allows the network to process millions of transactions per second. The Lightning Network is neither a hard fork nor a soft fork, but an additional layer. And once added, some people have referred to the result as Bitcoin 2.0. All of this news around SegWit has given Bitcoin one of its best weeks in recent memory, and it's nearly back to a 40% market dominance. The market sentiment around Bitcoin has shifted from old and busted to a potential contender for the race to process transactions faster than traditional payment networks, such as Visa. Adding on to the pile of good news for Bitcoin, PayPal CFO was quoted in the Wall Street Journal that the technology behind Bitcoin will one day be ubiquitous and accepted. Of course, his rhetoric was one of caution regarding volatility. The stance that merchants don't want to accept an asset that can depreciate within minutes of a transaction and cut into their profit margin is a sensible one, especially for someone from PayPal. Our response is simply that cryptocurrency is something that hasn't existed before, so people are just trying to figure out what it's worth. Price stability is the signature of a mature asset, but crypto is less than a decade old, so we've still got a long way to go until prices calm down, and that's your opportunity. So with that, I'll turn it over to Doc.
Good evening, folks. Doc here for ReadySetCrypto. A couple of things I want to go over here. Just a couple of the top 10 coins. I'm going to go over Bitcoin. First of all, Bitcoin is making a marvelous recovery off of the bottom. Just about doubled off of the bottom. We started about 6,000 or so. It's getting close to 12,000. It's kind of amazing to think that one swing can be worth $6,000 per coin. The scale of this thing is just unbelievable. Now, my analysis has not changed on Bitcoin. What I still believe is that we got to watch out for things like this. We have exhaustion off of the bottom, so we may see consolidation. I'd actually like to see a higher low set up here. Now, why would I like to see that? Because it sets the hook. It sets the hook for people that perhaps on the future side are going to start to short Bitcoin again and think that they're going to ride it down. Or there could be people that have margin accounts that want to short Bitcoin. Either case, I want too much negative exposure to be set up, and I need that to get squeezed out to the upside, to get this thing really moving, to get one of these types of moves where we not only have the bears scrambling to get out, all of a sudden we've got bulls and new smart money and even retail money, and there's a difference, jumping on board and driving the price higher. But if I look at Bitcoin, if I stand back across the room and I look at this chart, what I see is a large bull flag. So that from a larger time frame perspective is not a bad thing, especially if you're a bull, right? So if we pull this out to a weekly chart and we look at this, this is a bull flag. And the price is just about to print a higher high, which is good. That's what we need to see. And there's a large amount of energy on the weekly chart. Again, that's another good thing. This is what the bull flag or any consolidation pattern will do, is it will tend to charge up the chart. Think about this. Think about a spring being wound up tighter and tighter and tighter until it can no longer, you can't wind up the spring anymore. And in some cases, it will just go flying out of your hand. And this is what we expect to see from this consolidation pattern. Now, the other coin I want to look at briefly here is Litecoin. Litecoin is going through, this is kind of the nobody coin. At least last year was kind of like Litecoin was just another cheap coin that you could get through Coinbase. And now all of a sudden has become the it coin. And a lot of that is because of a perceived fork coming up. So that's good. Again, nice flag pattern breaking out to the upside. A lot of energy here. Although the daily chart is showing exhaustion right now. So it is showing exhaustion right now. This is why I would expect to see a little bit more consolidation in this level before the next breakout, before the next leg. So we could be going into kind of a stair-stepping mode where we go flag, pull, flag, and then breakout again, stair-stepping higher. All right, part two of what I want to talk about in tonight's report is charting some of these altcoins that we're dealing with. So let's say that we're going to go out to TradingView, which is my main charting platform for cryptocurrency, and I type in high performance blockchain, HPB, high performance blockchain. And I'm making sure that I type it into not stock or futures or forex or contracts for difference, but cryptocurrency, and yet I still get no hits on this. No symbols match my criteria. Well, that's not good. So I can't chart it through TradingView. It's not getting a feed from one of the various brokers that are out there that actually has it on that exchange. So what I have to do is to go out to coinmarketcap.com and actually look around a little bit for this information. Okay, here is the very familiar coinmarketcap.com, and I'm going to go out here and search for high performance blockchain. There we go. I have found it. It can't hide from me. If we look over here, high performance blockchain has got some very simple charts that are showing here. In the green chart is versus the US dollar. We also have the gold chart, which is price in Bitcoin versus Bitcoin. They're all going to be basically about the same thing. We can also see the market cap. So this is useful from just a rough perspective. And, you know, we can even drill into like 7 days and we can see 7 days, and it's just going to give us a line chart. And that's not that bad. There's nothing wrong with this. But if you want a little bit better view, I mean, I really wish I could chart this on TradingView, but I can't. So what we're going to have to do is go over here to markets, and I can see which brokers that are servicing, or at least the top brokers that are servicing this. And I can go down to, again, I don't know how to pronounce this, Bibox or Bbox. I can go down to Bbox here and then just simply select the pair, HPB, BTC. And what's going to happen is I get the Bbox charting version of this. And what I'm going to have to do is to come down. Right now it's on a 15-minute chart. We want to go out to perhaps something like a daily, and we're going to be charting this versus Bitcoin. This is going to be, you can see this is the pair that we selected over in CoinMarketCap. So now I'm starting to see a little bit more to this, and I could probably do a little bit more with this. I could add indicators. I can perhaps make some different views with the candlesticks. I'm not going to go into that here today, but I just want to show you that you can actually get a better view than through CoinMarketCap. So if you can't trade something or chart something through TradingView, or perhaps Coinigy, which has got a TradingView interface, then you should be able to find it through CoinMarketCap, and you'll have to go out to that specific exchange that carries it. So here's another one that Mav has been talking about, which is XBY, Extra Bytes. So let's look at this one. And just for grins, let's go over here and look at this in TradingView first. XBY, and nada, no bueno. Can't do it there in TradingView. So we're going to have to go out to CoinMarketCap. And there's probably other sources as well too. I just want to show you guys one way that you can do this. So again, Extra Bytes, that's a massive 21 cents per coin. We're going to go down here to markets, and we can see that right now We've got a number of exchanges that service this, and we're going to go down to Cryptopia. So we'll take a look at Cryptopia by selecting this pair, and we're going to get a completely different interface and chart. So here's a 2-day chart, which is looking at 1 hour. So what we want to do is maybe let's look at 3 months of data, and let's look at the daily chart for 3 months. Okay, daily chart for 3 months. You can see the volume has been superimposed on the background here, and it's just kind of after an early January bump up here to maybe 53. Well, this is a Bitcoin. Again, it's not versus the US dollar. But after a nice bump up here, we've seen it's just been steadily holding value, selling off just a little bit. And so you can experiment with this. You can go out to different weekly views. You can go out to, but every one of these brokers is going to have its own little charting package. You guys have probably seen ones through Poloniex and maybe GDAX and other packages. So every broker has got their own native charting package. Some of them, as we've just seen, actually use an API through TradingView, which will give you a little bit more familiar interface. And I should mention before I wrap up that one of the other tools that I have used in the past and talked about is Coinigy. And Coinigy has got some over 40 different broker connections here. And one of these is actually Cryptopia, which is right here. So if we go to Cryptopia, and then select our coin, which is XBY. So here on Coinigy, once we select Cryptopia, then we can either scroll down here, so the second column, or we can actually just go to filter and just type in XBY. Once more with meaning, XBY BTC. So there we go right there. And there's a little bit different view of this. Again, this is a 1 hour. We can go out to perhaps a 1 day chart, and that is much more meaningful to me than some of the Cryptopia charts. So again, if you're a charting aficionado, this is still a very immature space, and you're going to have to kind of dig and hunt for your information and to be able to make charting decisions or trading decisions based on a chart. All right, folks, that is it for today's report. Thanks for listening. We will talk at you tomorrow. Take care.